All right, so I want to introduce my co-guest, Tani Graves. We on a podcast. This is Three Course Catering, Chef Dennis. Also, with today's message is the battle between the word submission and submissive. We're gonna start there. Those are big words right there, especially in relationships. And sometimes people take those words and they use it to their advantage. But let's talk about the two words submissive and submission. So, my guest, we're going to start with my guest. So, Tani, can you tell us how you feel about those two words?
I love those two words actually. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's a part of love. It is a loving word because submissiveness, it means an act of giving to another. And if you look at the definition, it's probably saying something about giving up your authority. And that authority word is very strong because it 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 does say that you're allowing someone else to overtake in a way because authority, but it's more about a love word to give. Submission is to give, and like I said, it's a beautiful word, but it has a negative connotation to it, and it can be abused, and it has been abused for many, many years when it comes to females. So I'm going to put that out there that it has a lot to do with females. And even in the Bible, the Bible says a lot about submissiveness. And yet it doesn't, I mean, it does, there is a passage in the Bible that says something about, how the man is to submit. But many don't talk about it. And, it's good to see that a lot of men are, becoming more religious and getting into the word of God, that we call into the Bible, that we speak of about the Bible. And it's good. But submissiveness is a beautiful word. It is just used in the wrong way, in my opinion. You know, um, we can go on with it, how you want to, go into that direction.
I mean, okay, so just think about it. Submissive. You talk about the willingness. I was talking about submission. See, and you have to understand what the two words, the difference of the two words. Well, submission is for us. It's like force, giving up to a person. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's forcing you to do their will or do what it is that they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at submissive, submissive goes a long way. Submissive, like you said, authority. Take out the word authority, but you got to realize submissive is like giving willingly. Giving your time up. Making sacrifices. To their love or their kind words. You these things like that. You need that, and people don't use that in that way. You know what I'm saying? You got to give in to your husband. You got to give in to your wife, and it comes with a multitude of things. You know what I'm saying? But sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Support. You know what I'm saying? Supporting somebody's dream, even when it's not your own dream. You supporting them there. You know what I'm saying? And that's giving up. Like you, like, okay, I don't even want to support this person. Want to be a professional bowler, but you have to, and that's part of giving in to submissively giving in. On all those things and all those, things. Supporting them to their dreams, their wants, and when you give that, it should come back to you. And we talk about that. We're just going to stay right there with submissive, because you got to look at it. It's a lot that comes with that. The person that you chose to be with. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that type of person, the character of that person. Are they into giving in to their wife, or vice versa, the wife giving in to the husband? See, some people, they have a hard time in doing that, making sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that come with that with submissive, and people don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? You have listen, it's a love thing. You know what I mean? And when you really love somebody, you don't look at it as a negative way. You say, you know what? I love this man or I love this woman. You know, I'm willing to do whatever it takes for this woman and this man. You know what I'm saying? And when you have the right, when you look at and you get the right person, you can do that. You can grow together. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have that, then people look at the word submissive and they like, yo, I'm not submitting to that person. Nah, I'm not even doing that. But you got the attitude, you know, how they present things, how they talk, how they move, so even in the midst of them being angry, how they talk when they're angry, some people can't do that. When they get mad, they want to just shut things out and get nasty and write down in their face. But when you look at the word submissive, you know, it comes with an attitude, it comes with a personality, what I'm saying? And that personality is, like I said, it's about peace, it's about joy. You know what I'm saying? You do it joyfully. You do it peacefully. You do it gracefully. You know what I'm saying? But when you forcing something, you say, you know what? You tell your wife, a man tell his wife, you gonna listen to me. Okay, guess what? She not trying to hear that. And especially if she a classy woman, she not really trying to hear that. She like, you know what? Okay, that's how he gonna talk to me. You gonna get that type of energy. You're gonna get that. You're not gonna get that happiness. You're not gonna get that woman that come home and cook and clean for you and do everything that it's supposed to do for you. You're not gonna get it. You're gonna get that attitude. You're gonna get that. You know what? You was just yelling at me yesterday. You can go to oops, I can't say it, but you can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it all boils down to in my view of things. You know what I'm saying? Though I wasn't always submissive. No, I wasn't. I'll be like, yo, I ain't doing that. It's the highway or my way. Your way or
Right.
my way. It's as
Right.
simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk about that, we talk about that. My last discussion was, having a relationship with your mother and father. And I'm gonna just go back to that because some people missed it. I'm not gonna talk about that, but goes back to what I was saying about having a family and a mother and father relationship, because if you have a mother and father in your life and they're a great team, a great supporting cast, they work like a team, even in the storm of them going back and forth with each other in their arguments. And you have a foundation that you can stand on, that you could take to your family, and you can build a good foundation raising your children. It's not as easy as everybody think it is. It's tough. It's tough.
Right.
And that we
Right.
we have children, you know, sometimes at a young age, and then we have to go out there and figure out on our own. And in maturity, we'll learn that, and in the process, once we learn that, we'll grow. But in growth comes through, sometimes it comes through rough times, it comes through pain, suffering, because we put ourselves in that, and in that process, like I said, we grow to be positive. Sometimes some people don't, and I'm one of the fortunate ones and blessed ones to have, two parents, been raised in two-parent home. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy. I was disobedient, but look at me now. Look at the man I have come to be now. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a humble person. I had to go through stuff to see who I really was. You know what I'm saying? And grow into that. And I'm not gonna sit here and talk. And I mean, I want you to, indulge in the conversation too. I don't want to be all. It's not all about me. Cause see, and that's another thing I want to say is this podcast is not about me. So it's about addressing certain things that so some people can see and say, "Wow, I never thought of it. I never looked at it that way." You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, and I completely get it. But the word submissiveness, submission is, I have to look it up, but the definition basically says like to give an act of whatever it is that you are giving, and it's for the other. And it's been negatively looked at because, and I'll say this, we all love the Bible. We got so many religious people out here in this world. that love the Bible and use the Bible as this is the Word of God. We're going to listen to what the Word of God says. But I've always questioned, why does the Word of God has so many negative things to say about a woman? And why does the Word of God never really have a lot to say about a woman in a good way? And that is a problem to me. And I have been, in the church when I was a little girl, been doing that for years. And to hear that a woman is less than a man and to submit to a man is what you are supposed to do is mm, that doesn't sit right for most women in this world. Most women. And I'm going to say most because really individuality is where we want to be. Everybody is individual and they have their own right to live the way they want and choose whatever it is they want because they were born that way to have the authority to say this is my life. But of course we all know that we're living in this world, this matrix. I call it a matrix because we all have a higher power. Yes, it's there, but you will pay Caesar his due. And so all of us pay our taxes, or most of us do. All of us have a job that we have to go to and tell our boss, our supervisor, where we go and what we do and when we want to take leave. So we do have somebody else that we have to say, hey, they're paying the bill, so I got to give authority to them. But the point is that, when you're in a life that, and I'm saying for a woman, okay, when you're in a life as a woman and you are raised in the church and you know what the Bible says about submissiveness and being a good woman and a wife, it is very disheartening because for me, I have failed miserably in that because I am so headstrong on, you know, being the individual that I am. And I cannot allow foolishness to take my life. Even when you make bad decisions, I cannot say I can submit to it. You make bad decisions, I cannot submit to your bad decision. Just because I may have married you, I cannot submit to your bad decision. Just because I love you, I cannot submit to your bad decision. But we're supposed to? Are we? Are we supposed to? I mean, I really question it because, it's like I say, if you are in a relationship, of course, husband and wife, you are in a relationship. Does the man usually make the rules and say this is it and I put my foot down and I'm walking away? Is that's how it normally is? I'm asking you.
No,
Okay.
but I can tell you this.
Yeah.
So I took a class, right? And the class was the DNA of a leader. Okay. You say how the woman, right? You talk about the woman wasn't really in the Bible, talk good about in the Bible, right? The father is the structure of the home. If he know how to love his wife, he know how to love his kids. So he is the one that we live in a different world. We live in a different time now. So the woman and the man can make the woman can make more money. And because she make more money, that means she the head of the household. Does it?
Tax wise, yes.
And see, and look, and that's a mentality thing. You
Right.
see, it's a mentality thing. If a woman can say, I make more money, so
Mm,
I'm the head of the household, she says
mm-mm.
she, it's a mentality thing.
Head of no, it's head of the household. Give Caesar what Caesar do, meaning taxes being paid.
Yeah.
That is what it's
Together.
looked at.
Together.
That's all it is. But
Right.
a woman knows that a man is there to protect her, to provide and profess the love that he has for her. That is what he's supposed to do, right? And
Yeah.
so he does his job. But when you said something about, the man is the structure of the house, I heard you, but I disagreed. Now, I won't say that it's for everybody, but most women, the women I know, a lot of women I know, They are the ones who maintain the home, care for the home, take all types of, ins and outs to make sure home is taken care of. Daddy, the husband is out making that money. That's what we grew up on. Now it's totally different now, but most of the time,
Yes.
it has been that in the past. So now, because it has changed, yes, men can take that role, but women, they're very good at taking care of home. Just because, think about it, women are carrying your children and they have everything in the body to care for a child. We don't need to really go out there and get formula. If you're doing everything that you're supposed to do to your body, for your child, and when your child comes into this world, your baby will be taken care of with all the nutrients and all everything that it needs through the breast of a mother, nothing else. So it starts with mama. So mama is the one who should have the mindset to care for child, to care for home, to care for life with the family, and take care of it in a way where it represents her in a beautiful way, to take care of her family that is, like God will be like, I am so proud of you, my child. You did such a great job being a mother and a wife and a daughter and whoever else. But women, it just doesn't work out sometimes because of circumstances. But that's the thing. Okay, so let's get back to submissiveness. Okay. So I think with submissiveness, I think it has a lot to do with love. Everything with love. Because even if I had talked to a young lady years ago, she had told me that she had to submit herself to a man. She basically was raped. And she was like, I just gave up and I just gave in. And for her to say that was like profound, because her in that situation, she knew she could not do anything but to just let go and just be like, I have to just surrender to this, even though it hurts me and it's not what I want. And she did. She was like, she's telling me this. But that's the point. She gave herself love to not sit up here and say, okay, I am going to fight, 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 that I could possibly be killed or hurt or, whatever. She just says, I'm going to give it up and here I am and this is where I am and I have to just let it be. And there are so many unfortunate situations where women go through things like that. There are unfortunate situations where we're in a job where we're having to do something where we really don't want to do. We're forced to do things. Submission is
That oh
a
oh to me that's the difference. That's the thing.
force.
I'm so no. So that's the wrong terminology. That's what I'm saying. If you're forced into something, that's submission,
Submission. But what I'm
not
saying is,
submissive.
right, I get it. But what
Okay.
I'm saying is, because submission is a force of, giving yourself away. What the young lady I was referring to, she turned it into submissiveness. She turned it where she knew she was being forced, but she turned it into a way where she gave in a way that she just said, I'm protecting myself, to just, I have no other choice. It was forced on her at the beginning, but her force in her mind changed to just basically saying, I want to live, so I got to do what I'm forced to do, and just go with the damn flow, unfortunately. But it stuck with me because when we were talking about submission and submissiveness, that's immediately what I thought of. She was basically forced to do something, and then she had no other choice but to say, I want to live. And she had to deal with the situation, and she submitted to what she was dealing with. And that's what we do in life. Because think about it, most of us don't really want to go out and work. Most of us really don't want to have to go out and get a job, go day to day, go to a job. And most of us don't like the job, or we got to deal with it. We don't, but we're submitting ourselves to it. We're submitting, and we're forced to do it in a way because we need that money. We got to pay our bills. So we look at it as, okay, I love myself. I love my family enough that I'm going to go ahead and do this job and submission to it.
All right, now when you use the word submit, okay, these are two different words. Submit and submissive. You got to remember, submissive Now, do you have a dictionary? So you won't just hear it from my mouth. Get a
Yeah.
dictionary,
All right.
okay?
Okay.
Now, look up the word
Mm-hmm.
submit. Before you look it up, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say it so then you can see it for yourself. You can read it for yourself. Submissive, the key word for submissive is willingly, willingly, with no force. Submission is force. If you in a boxing match, right? A boxing match, and you don't want to take no more, right? You take a
Mm-hmm.
knee, surrender, submit. That's it. I don't want to take no more beating. I give up, right? I gave up.
Right.
So that's
Right.
you in a wrestling match, right? They put you
Mm-hmm.
in a move, you tap the floor, they put you in a submission hold, you gave up. I said, get off, get up. I can't take it no more. You gave up.
Mm-hmm.
That okay. Now you said submit. Submit is a different word. You you have to
Submit.
submit to me. If I tell you, look, but look, you look at the words, look all three of those words up, right? And look what they say. They're not going to say the same definition.
It says
Come on, tell the
it says
audience.
to yield
Keep reading.
to governance or authority. To
And what?
yield.
But what else
Same
they say?
thing.
No, what's that word?
To yield to governance or authority.
And of what? What's that word? The definition of the word you're looking at.
Submit.
Now you hit. Now
This is
that's submit, right?
right.
Now go look up the
Right.
word. Look up the word submission.
Submission
Yes.
is basically
No.
okay. I'm gonna read it.
There you go. There you
This
go.
is Webster's dictionary, just to
Yeah,
say
and read
that.
the whole thing.
Okay. So submission, a legal agreement to submit to the decision of arbitrators. And the second one is the condition of being submissive, humble, or compliant.
That's submission.
Same thing. One is the
Submission.
forceful
That's submission.
submission.
Forceful.
Yes, submission.
Mhm.
Yes. The
Now look up.
condition of
Go ahead.
what?
Go ahead.
Look up what?
Submissive.
Submissive. All right, submissive.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Nah, it ain't the same thing. That's what. Look, that's why we here. It ain't no same thing. Go ahead now. Look, listen.
submissive submissive says submitting to others. Same thing.
It don't say nothing about
It says
forced, willingly.
I agree. But okay, maybe we're looking at the submission part because submission is basically saying it's not forced.
Right.
Why do you think it's forced?
Because you put in a position. Look, like I said, I use wrestling right for an example.
Mhm.
You put in a position that you're forced to give up because if you don't give up, something may happen. You may lose your life. You may lose an arm. You know what I'm saying? So you're forced in a situation that you have to make a decision that you don't have a choice. You got to say no. If I'm in a move and if I don't give in, he could break my arm. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with boxing. If I keep on boxing and I know my brain is rattling, right, and I don't give in, I could take one more hit and boom, now I'm knocked out. I might not get back up. So you give in to that. Look, I can't take this beat no more. You know what? So you forced into giving up. You forced into saying, you know what? I can't take it no more. That's it. I'm done. I'm not
Yeah.
doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
but when you talk about and like you said, look, check this out. When you being submissive to a person, like we gonna stick with relationships because submissive only talking about having a relationship with a woman and a man. It's not talking about being submissive to your friends. You know what I'm saying? That word you don't because I'm not being submissive to my friends. You know what I'm saying? I care for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to support them. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to support them as the same way I do my wife? No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna treat them the same way I treat my wife. My wife is she's prioritized. I put her on top. She's my queen. You know what I'm saying? So she not they right not gonna get the same treatment. It's gonna be different. She not there is nobody that's going to get the same treatment as my wife. I'm going all out for her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and what come look what let's look underneath the whole thing. You get I don't know about everybody else, but I get joy seeing her smile. I get joy just thinking about her, you know, and I know the things that she really like. I get joy by doing those things because I'm really in tune what she like, how she like it. You know what I'm saying? And all of that submissive comes through all that. Because I could be stubborn and saying, you know what, I'm not doing it that way. I do it my way. But it
Well,
comes, yeah, yeah.
okay. But you're talking about you as a married man. Now we're talking as far as me, I'm not married. I am a female who lives in this world and I have to deal with people. And I'm not trying to be married. I'm not trying to sit up here and, be in commitment. So think about those people that are not in relationships, that are just basically walking around. They submit to somebody. They submit to their friends. They submit to their neighbors. They submit to the people around them. Like, you yield. Yielding is, so it's not just, it's all about relationships. It's not just about husband and wife. You have an audience that is broad, so husband and wife is just another portion of life. And
Okay.
people that are single, they also have others that they have to submit to, right? And I know you say that you are not going to do your friends the same way as you would do your wife, which is understandable, but there are those that do treat their friends as if they are a acquaintance of, like, high priority as a wife or a husband, or they're a great friend and they always want to be there for them, and their submission to them is valid. It is real. It should be respected, because they are giving to their fellow loved one, person, neighbor, friend, whatever it is, the person. So the submission part is an act of love. It is all about love. It starts with love. You have to, if you're able to submit, you're basically saying that, you're able to give yourself or give something of yourself to another person. And I know, with relationships, everybody, see, that's the thing. Okay. When I think of relationships, I think of your everyday. You wake up in the morning, you walk outside, you see a neighbor that you see regularly, you have a relationship with that neighbor. I don't care what type of relationship it might be. It might be, hey, or y'all have a conversation, but you have a relationship. So submission should be giving your time to that individual, to giving your ear to hear them, to listen to them, to take in what they say, because everybody wants somebody to talk to. So submissive is to give. It is to love. It is to put another person before yourself. And yes, we have so many people in the world. You can't get all your time to everybody. But submissiveness has everything to do with giving yourself to somebody. When you were talking about how you didn't want to do the things that, oh, wait, you were saying about tapping out with the sports, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's the same thing I was saying about the young lady who was not wanting what she had dealt with in her past, but she submitted because she knew that if she didn't, she may die. It's the same thing. It's the same. So it's like submission is knowing when to give, to let go, to give to another, to, accept the fact that that person is not you, but you can give your time and attention to them because it's a form of respect in a way, because it's love. Everybody talks about love. Oh, I love you. But really, y'all don't know nothing about love. Like, for real, because you don't really love. Because you talk bad about everybody. You say things about them that you don't really want them to know that you said. And if you did say it and then you were confronted about it, they'd be like, oh, yeah, I got caught. Like, you know, love is something that is very important, but it has everything to do with submission. Now, I'm very different because I don't submit very well.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's all because I look at me as a grown woman, lived a life, and I've had a lot of great experience in life. And now it's my time to live in my authority that God gave me. So I have to. Now, if a woman is married and she says that and feels that, she may tell her husband no sometimes. She may say, I have to, do something that you don't want me to do because it's for me. And that should be respected. If it's not hurting the family, if it's something that she needs to do, that's submissiveness.
Can
Because
you? Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to cut you. Go
say
ahead.
that again.
No, I was gonna say, could you give us an example? What do you mean?
I have a friend, she's Persian, and she basically was telling me, we had some, recently within the last 3 weeks or maybe longer, or no, a month, we had snow, and the snow was, huge. And her husband was like, I don't really want you to go out there. She was going to go, they were, all of them, the whole family were going to go visit their son. I can't remember where they were, in another state. And she was like, I really want to go see him. And husband was like, no, I don't think it's a good idea. And she decided, she says, you know what? Inside of me, I feel it's okay. But if you don't, I'm going to leave you here and will go with her mother and her daughter. And he said, okay, if you feel comfortable, you can go. But she was the one that said, you know what? This is what I feel. And that is a beautiful thing because everybody has the inside intuition that spirit speaks to individually. And sometimes, most of the time, I won't say sometimes, we should all listen to it. We should all listen to it individually and respect one another to say, you know what, you got it. Now, you can put that bad juju out there, to say, you know what, I don't want you to do it because, and put negativity, which could really make it different. But if you're in a loving space, you should be like, okay, you got this. Because you know what? Your intuition is telling you something totally different than mine. And so she went, everything was fine, it was beautiful. But that's what I'm saying. Like everyone has individually their own inner spirit that speaks to us that we don't really respect. We don't really sit up here and say, this is what that person needs, and I'm gonna respect it to give them what they need and bless them and walk on. That don't happen often. It's because we want to submit. You need to do it the way I told you to do it. Now, for me, again, I I um I have to live for me. And if a man is in my life and he says I can't do it and I disagree, and I'll just say, well, we're going to have to disagree. And I'll, keep it moving. But some people don't like that. Some men don't like that. And I'll say men because I'm a female, of course. And I say to men because they're used to, I'm in my 40s. So of course I'm sitting up here seeing older men, and the older men are, a little bit old school. Old school, they don't do that. A woman's supposed to be in the kitchen cooking. You know what I mean? Take care of the house. So sometimes it's hard to deal with those. But in the new generation now, I don't, I'm it's totally different. I don't know what's going on. So I'm out of that. But for me, I submit to my own authority. What
You,
is inside of me?
you,
What
cause
Jesus, what spirit, Holy Spirit, everything, whatever the word you want to call it, he talks to me too, just like everybody. And I trust that. And that trust I walk with every day. And I love it because it never leads me into a different direction that I shouldn't be in. I'm comforted. I'm good. But people don't trust that part in themselves. So we have to yield ourselves to somebody in a way that we really didn't want to, or we really didn't feel comfortable with because it wasn't true to who we really are. And that right there is what you would think is submission when you keep saying the force of it. You agree?
uh, about submission.
What I just
About
said. Maybe you.
I'm no, I was listening to you, but what I was going to say something to you about, go back to the lady and your friend and the husband. So you have, just like God says, you have free will. Okay, you can choose what you want to do but there is something that, like I'm gonna use the couple you said, right? It wasn't wise for her to leave, but he gave her ultimatum and said, "Hey, if you want to go, it's up to you," right? So she decided to go. She got he let her go, right? But in my eyes, I say if it's snowing to my wife, you know, I would say, "Babe, I don't think it's wise to go and catch the train because I'm not driving to Rhode Island in this bad weather." And I said, "Babe, I don't think it's wise for you to go right now." I said, "When it die down, then go." You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you go on your own will and whatever happens, you can't say that I didn't stop you to go. I didn't say, "Babe, I love you. No, I don't want you to go." But if you go, okay, you choosing to go. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, someone has to be the wiser person. And if you, like you said, everything happened. No, but everything. Look, like you said, don't speak. I don't speak negativity in the atmosphere. I don't do that. So I wouldn't have done that anyway. I would have said, "Babe, if that's what you want to do, okay." Now, mind you, I'm only speaking from my experience. Even me now, listen, my son, right? He was getting ready to. My wife was deciding to go down to see the baby because they was getting ready to have a child, right? Her son, her oldest son, right? I wasn't able to go. I said, "Babe, okay, you could catch a train." I mean, not I didn't tell her she could catch it. I was all right. Just let me know you got down there safe because I wasn't able to go. You see what I'm saying? It, the weather's good. It's all good, right? But now you have a circumstances where the weather is bad, and it's not wise to travel in bad weather. If it, I don't know how bad the storm is, but it's just speaking from a human perspective, like a person who with the same mind. Seriously, like it's not wise to travel when it's bad weather. I work in New York, right? I live in New Jersey. When it's bad weather, sometimes I don't travel because the roads are real slippery. So I'm like, yo, I call out, I'm not coming because it's dangerous. I've been, look, I'm only, like I said, I'm only speaking from my experience. I've been in mad car accidents that it had nothing to do with me. It's just it just happened. I slid down the road, hit the pole, boom. It happened. So now I'm more conscious enough to say, you know what? If the weather is bad, I'm not traveling. And I wouldn't want no one that I'm with or family members. I say, look, I'll catch you on the next time. You know, I'll catch you next time. It's this weather out here is bad. This it's snowing, it's
Mm.
icy. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna convince my significant other when I say I'm gonna convince her. I say, "Babe, I don't think you should go." I'm look, call me what you want to call me. I'm gonna be like, "Babe, I'm gonna be pleading, baby, don't go, baby, don't leave." See,
Okay.
but listen, I hear you and I understand what you're saying, and with all sincerity, I understand what you're saying and how you're saying it and what you're presenting to us, and I get that. And I so I'm not saying I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not debating with you. I get that because there are people who do that. They like, yo, you gonna do it my way or not. But when you got that type of mentality and that type of that attitude, like I said, you going to get a rebuttal. You going to get, oh, all right, okay. You're gonna get that negative thinking. You know what I'm saying? So when you say it like that, I'm agreeing with you because you shouldn't talk and look it's all in love because you shouldn't talk to your wife or your girlfriend, your friend. You should respect them enough to honor and respect how they feel and what they saying. So if you want to go, okay, have a safe trip. Please be careful. Call me when you get there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So I heard you. I definitely heard you. But what I heard
What?
was you saw all the stuff was going around. You was like, oh, fear, fear. I'm like, oh no, I don't want her in that because
With fear.
think about it. When you're sitting up here saying you were talking about, oh, I saw this accident and I saw this on the news and they
No,
said bad weather.
no, I
I
was
know, I
talking about.
know,
Oh, me.
I
Oh,
know. I'm talking
oh,
about that. So when what I'm saying is when you're saying all that to your wife, right? Let's just say your wife comes up to you one day and be like, the same situation where this friend she had the same situation and you're afraid like be honest, like you see the weather, you see accidents, you see it because you're immediately thinking, I don't want her out there because I see what's going on and the bad weather, right? Right?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
on we on the same page?
We
Now,
on the same page.
can we agree that is more of a fear
Fear of what?
that you see what you see? You see the outcome of accidents, you see, the weather looks bad, you see all that, and you say, I don't want you to go because I see it. But is it really fear? Can we
No.
say that it's fear? What
No.
is it? Cautiousness? You want to
No.
call it cautiousness? What you
Okay.
want to call it?
You done? You done? Okay.
Yeah.
So since you put it like that, you gave me an ultimatum. You gave me an example, right? Okay. You said because I see it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna paint a picture for
Yeah.
you then. Okay. There's a lake. Okay. I got to get across the lake. There are alligators in the lake. You got me? You are you with me? I can
Yeah.
go through the water to get to the other side, take a chance, or I can wait to figure out. Let me see. Is that branch long enough for me to crawl all the way on the other side, or I'm gonna go through the water when I know it's alligators in the water? I can take a branch and try to, you know, figure out how I'm gonna get across to the lake, right? I can see it, but I'm trying. No, so I'm saying to me, I'm gonna take a chance, jumping in the water, swim across, because I need to get across. Mind you said I can see it, so I can see how the storm is going, and I'm saying, you know what? It's not safe to go out there right now. This it's too slippery. The winds are heavy, so I can see that. So it's not wise for me to go outside in that conditions. I can wait till the storm passes by. It's going to pass by, so I can wait. You understand me? You gotta sometimes you gotta wait till the storm passes by because look, some people do it, and we know they do. And guess what? Some people make it. That's their choice. At the end of the day, it's your choice. You could do whatever you want. If you want to go and travel in a bad weather, doesn't mean that something negative gotta happen. It's your choice. You choose, not you as the individual. You choose to make that decision. In that making that decision, there are don't let's not forget in making that the decision that sometimes it might not turn out the way you wanted to turn out every time because that wasn't a wise decision. Not and we talk we on topic and saying that per se about going leaving like that in bad weather. That's just one example. There's so many other examples we could use, but we just talking about that one. That's just one. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it that way too. You know what I mean? Sometimes men and women we make bad decisions based on our emotions. That's what we
Right.
do.
Right.
We make
Yes.
as human beings we make poor decisions sometimes because of our emotions.
I agree.
That's what we do, right? I know.
Right.
Sometimes I do. I make poor
I
decisions.
definitely do.
So you gotta look at it that way too. Some people, yeah, look.
But
And you said that was her
okay,
son, right?
that's good. Yeah, that was her son that they were visiting. They are a married couple many, many years. And so, but listen, the point is that yes, you talk about wisdom and it being wise. Who told you what was wisdom and how it was wise based off of what you saw? How come she can't be right and have wisdom from within with what was told to her on the inside? It's never respected because that's the point. The respect of authority is all about what someone else's opinion about what they should do should be for their decision. But why can't somebody make a decision based off of what they feel on the inside and their intuition? So for her, I thought it was beautiful because she knew on the inside that she should go, and she was protected, and she was protected, and she went there safely, and she trusted that. That intuition, that inside of her, that spirit that lives inside of each of us spoke to her profoundly, and she did not let anything else make her fearful of the situation, and that's respect. But the submissive part of what you talking, because I love you, you my cousin, so I love you, but you talking differently. You talking, saying I seen this, I saw that it
No,
looked bad out there.
no. What I'm saying is that if I see, look, as a father, and I'm gonna speak now. I'm gonna speak as from a father perspective, okay? And I have daughters, so if I see something, right, that I know is dangerous for my child to go, so if I see, hold on, oh my god, I thought I cut this off. So if I see something dangerous for my daughter, I'm gonna say, listen, babe, I don't think you should go there because of me, my instincts as a father. I'm saying, yo, that's not safe. So as a man, I'm saying what's not safe for my daughter because it's my instinct as a man, as a father. So when that wisdom have nothing to do with that. That's my instinct. It's my instinct is to protect my kids, my wife. If I'm around somebody, right? It's just that's my instinct. I'm saying, yo, man, stop. Stop. You gotta look both ways before you walk out into the street. You can't just walk out there. See what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, it's my instinct. So I'm saying, yo, you can't just walk across the street, not look both ways. So instinct. And when you look at Mother Nature, look at the animals. Instinct. We not animals though, but that we do men, we have the instinct on things like that. Sometimes. Not all men, because all men are not is not created that way. We different. We each are different. We have a different structure, different mindset. It's a whole list of things that play a part in how we think as men. That goes back to my previous conversation, having a relationship with mom and dad. What type of relationship that you had with them too? Mom and father. I mean, mother and father. What relationship? Because that, and now we talk about the word submissive and submission. That's what these are the things that come together. Look, when you look at the whole picture, these are the things that come together. That makes us, helps us. And I won't say make us, help us make the right decision for our friends, for our significant other, for our husbands, and for our family. Look, sometimes we gotta make hard decisions. Sometimes based on the person's characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Based on their personality, how they do things, their attitude. So the decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. That's what it all boils down to. We sitting here, we talking, and we talk about these things. Like I said, it's all about encouraging others. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta respect. The one thing we gotta do is respect people where they at right now. You know what I'm saying, in life. You say you a single person, and people gotta respect how you feel because they don't know your story. They don't know how you got to this point today. From you and me, they don't know. We got here for a reason. We got to this point for a reason. We still here. We still trying. Some people not even willing to try or heal or anything. You gotta listen. I always tell people healing comes from an acknowledgement of the things that you've been hurt with, or somebody hurt you, or something hurt you. If you acknowledge it, but then you looking to you know become a better person from that hurt, whether it's physical, mental. You gotta acknowledge it. Like, this person really did this to me. But how do you? I'm gonna ask you something today. How do you begin to heal?
Mm.
Not
Well,
if this stuff, if that's not a question you really want to
no,
answer. No.
nah, I have no
Okay.
problem. You said it first, acknowledgement. Like you have to acknowledge what it is that needs healing. You have to see it. It's like getting to the root of it, the root cause of whatever needs to be healed. You need to know it. To know it means that you have experienced it and you can acknowledge it through your mouth and speak about it. So acknowledging it is the number one. Once you acknowledge it, it takes time. You know, you have to let that inner spirit speak to you and you ask questions to it and ask questions of why did that happen or why did this did was the way it is, or you start asking whys or what it was that you need to be revealed. Because when you start asking on the inside and not outside, I'm not talking about going to a therapist. I'm not talking about going to a preacher either. I'm talking about inside. What I say is intuition is the inside, is when you are going to your closet space and you are saying, I am going to speak within me and ask questions and wait for the revelation of that answer. And so once you start doing that and asking the questions of why this and that about that root cause of what needs to be healed, it will be revealed to you within time. And then once it's revealed to you, time is going to heal you because time heals everything. We do need time. We need to sit up here and go to sleep and marinate on everything that we thought about and everything negative and everything positive that was in our brain for the day. And we need to let it marinate and heal us. So healing takes time, but it does start within. And that within happens when you ask questions and you ask it not to nobody else, but within you, only you and God know. And when you allow that you and God time, where you are just doing that you and God and nobody else hears you, and let that sit daily, everything's revealed. So
Mm-hmm.
healing happens.
Just like
Healing
look,
happens.
here's just to piggyback what you said. Look, a sore, right, and a scar. You see the difference? The scar is the process of you healing, but the sore, I mean the sore that you still have, it has a scab on it. You could pull it off and open that up real. Keep you could grow a scab, pull it off. It'll never heal if you never take care of it like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? That's the same hurt inside. If you never take care of what's hurting on the inside, right? You'll never heal. You'll still have that same scab for years until you really cleanse it out, cleanse the inside, the inner you, cleanse it out, and guess what? You'll begin to heal. Yeah, some people hold in all that hurt and that pain, and guess what? They never get the healing. They think, oh, you know what? I changed. I'm a changed person, but they still got that hurt inside.
Right,
Healing is not for nobody but that individual. You
right,
know what I'm saying? And you
right,
could, and if you got hurt inside of you, I'm speaking to the world. If you got any hurt inside of you, and you ain't begin to heal process, the healing process, guess what? You gonna hurt other people.
right,
You gonna hurt them. Whether you think you can hurt your children, your friends, your co-workers, anything, because when the time is right and things don't go your way and you get upset, that hurt gonna come out. It's
right.
gonna come out. It's gonna
Yeah,
come out. You're gonna spaz out on them. You're gonna yell at them. You're gonna curse at them. You're gonna do all those type of things. And it's not like it doesn't prosper a man to have all that hurt inside. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I was talking to a young lady at my job, right? And I was saying to her, I was like, we Christians, right? And I said, yo, why you don't smile? She said, Dennis, I'm not like you, always smiling. I said, listen, man, listen, I ain't supposed to show you when I'm sad, even though I'm sad sometimes. I ain't supposed to show you that. That's a inside. That's an inner me. It hurts. But guess what? Do I gotta show you that I'm hurting inside? No, I don't have to. I said, yo, come on, you could do you could do it. So look, I'm different. I'm very different. They be like, oh, this is crazy. This dude is crazy. I'm a hugger. You know what I'm saying? I'll be hugging everybody. They be like, yo, man, why you hugging me, bro? I'm like, look, man, listen, man, that's how I show love, bro. It's like I got this one guy, man. Listen, he don't like that, bro. I'll be hugging him on a low, like, hey, what's up, bro? But that's it. That's why I'm here right now. It's just like show mad love, talk about things, you know what I'm saying? Not just on my mind. People be hitting me with different ideas. I'm like, you know what? I'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring that up. And
Yeah,
and it's a pleasure to have you on here. like cousins, what I'm saying? And like I'm telling the world, like, now she about to, and she's an addition to my family, outside of family, you know what I'm saying? It's my sister, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look, that, I tell some people, you got to get to know me. You know what I'm saying? The old me, that's old. I mean, everybody, when you start to grow and try to mature, you want the old you to go away. Even though sometimes people don't even forget the old you. They just like, you know what? I remember he did this, or I remember she did that. She gonna always be the same way. If God could forgive you, you should be forgiven from anybody. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? And that's a
Right.
that's a fact. Look, you got listen. I tell man, look, I've been hurt. I did some hurting, and look, I don't want to hold no grudges. I don't hold grudges. I did. My grandmother used to tell me, "Why you always frowning?" Look, she not here no more, but oh boy, she can see me now. She be like, "Boy, no, never stop smiling with the gap in his teeth and all." I don't care. Son of a gun. I don't care, man. I'm like, yo, listen. And some people, they get famous, right? They want to fix their teeth up. I said, you know what? I could fix my teeth. I said, you know what? I'm not doing all that. Listen, I'm gonna be me, a better me.
That's
You
right.
feel me? I'm gonna be a better me.
That's right.
Look, I
That's
need
right.
all that to be on TV. Tell my son, yes, I got straight teeth. I'm perfect. No, you ain't perfect. You got fake teeth in your mouth. Be yourself. Why you trying to look for like something else? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah,
That makes
make him.
him happy.
Yeah, you're right. It make him happy to. Hey man, listen, that make him happy, right? But hey, look,
That's right.
I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna be me, but
Right.
me in growth, me and growing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, listen, hey, if you don't want to be part of my world, I'm cool with that. I'm funny. I think I'm funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I could be corny
Yeah.
sometimes, but listen, all I want to do is show love, give love. You know what I'm saying? Keep growing, keep becoming a better person. You know what I'm saying? Better father. And there's always growing being a father. You know what I'm saying? It's always it's like that. You know what I mean? And
Right.
family member. But I tell anybody, somebody that don't want to be a part of your circle, it's okay. They missing out on that happiness. They missing out on that fun. If they having fun, that's cool too. Whatever they doing, if they
Yeah.
having fun, you gotta respect it. You gotta say, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? And look, that's it, man. That's how like the cookie crumbles, right? But
Yep. Yep.
I know you probably wasn't looking back here, but for all you
I seen
haters,
all that.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
see
see.
you see what's going on. Stop.
San
Don't.
Francisco.
What? I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong.
You
Oh
know who
Lord.
you rooting for. Okay.
Yeah, gotta get it going. But like I
Yeah.
said, it was a pleasure to have you on here. I
Thank
don't
you.
want to, kill your time, but listen, we gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. It was a good
it,
conversation.
oh, you know it was. You know what I'm saying? And but see, look,
You
and
know, there's more, always more with that.
oh, come, you know it is. You know it is. But like I said, look, before we go, you know what I'm saying? Let see this is how God works. You know what I'm saying? And I respect everybody's religion and faith and everything. I get that. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say for me and you is that when I came down to Candy House, we had a conversation. Yo, do you understand? And my wife would tell you, yo, you stayed on my heart. Like you don't know you. That's me. Like I don't care nobody. Like I don't care what nobody say. Like if I'm really like for you, stay in my heart. You know what I'm saying? And when we had that, we went out, we had a good time. I said, you know what? I want to bring her in. Like I want to bring her in the circle, regardless of how she may feel. I said, but like I said, you look, you you accepted me for who I was, and you say, you know what? You must have felt the same way I felt. You know what I'm saying? Because here you
Yeah.
are today on this platform, and we talking. You know what I'm saying? And I know
Yeah.
that you're not a person like this to get on
Right.
you know live stream and talk and have a dialogue. You're not like that, and I'll feel special. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to feel special the same way because I brought you here
That's right.
and we had a great conversation. We talked. and not only did we talk, I feel like we grew closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? This is like I didn't. Some people say, "Oh, you gonna talk about God?" No, it's that there's a place and a time for that. This right here is like it's more for just uplifting and loving people. Am I going to talk about God? Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? I know how it goes, but it's a lot. It's a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's not just simple things. You know what I'm saying? It's big things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was an honor. And make sure you tell people about me. You know,
I will.
you know,
Hmm.
check out my stream. Check out tell them to check me out at Chef Dennis dash 32. Check me there because I'm gonna have a lot of stuff going on this summer. A lot. I got big tasks that come up. Big tasks. You know what I'm saying? Someone so D, I want you to, do a chef up thing for me. I was like, yo, I didn't get a chance to call him yet. I've been so like amped up with this and just trying to do so much, but I know in time. So it's pacing myself. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Gotta make sure the wifey happy.
Yep, you do.
Word up. Like we look, man, listen, I'm trying to do big things. You know what I'm saying? My life ain't promised tomorrow. So I try to do as much as I can and in a good way, a wise way. You know what I'm saying? We leaving the country this year. I ain't never leave the country.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Oh
big.
yeah. Yes.
Word, that's big. I ain't never leave the
Yes.
country, so I'm like, oh man. And and it's quite. I can't even say what I want to say, but because she might be looking, but I want to do something special for her because she's a special woman.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? No,
she
for real,
is.
she is. No, for real. Like,
Yeah, she
and
is.
listen, look. I'm gonna be real transparent. Whilst I say she's special, and I'm not saying this just to be saying, I'm saying it sincerely. Like, she's special because you know what? We only been married 4 years, right? And we have had some disagreements. Yo, we don't argue at all. That's nothing but God. I
Oh,
don't want to argue. I'm not an arguing type person. I would shut down. I'd be like, what? Anybody, you want to argue? I'm not arguing with you. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm out.
right.
I'll leave. Because I don't have no energy for that. I don't have no negative energy. I don't want no negative energy around me. I don't want it. So like, if you got that, like, you can't be a part of my life because I ain't trying to
Yeah.
do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about her so much. Like, I ain't always right, and for sure don't always make the best decisions. And she'll be like, "Oh, that's on you," and she still no, but she do it, and she still there, like still be like looking like she don't say, "I told you so," you know.
Yeah.
She don't say that, you know what I'm saying, and that's why I say she's special because not because of that, because I'm human. I make bad decisions sometimes. I'm still everybody. You ain't always gonna make the right decision. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You're gonna make bad
Yep.
decisions sometimes.
Yep.
And look, listen, because I'm gonna tell you a secret. Shh, don't tell nobody. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
I want to go and see how much the tickets was for the Super Bowl. But guess what? You got to be super duper rich.
Yeah.
Yo, one of the girls at my job, she going right. You ain't gonna believe
Oh.
this. No, but it don't look. I'm telling you this right seriously. You have to be famous or rich. She said she's
Hmm.
sitting in the nosebleeds. Guess how much the ticket was?
Okay, let me guess. 2,000.
Try 8,000.
Stop playing.
8,000 in the nosebleed. And guess what? Look, the person who taking her, he got 10 tickets. And the tickets is 8,000.
Ooh.
That's nobody. He rich. He
Yeah,
rich.
I was about to ask
No,
rich money.
no, yeah. And how did he get the tickets? Because of we know. But the ticket's still $8,000. This in the
Yeah.
nosebleeds. So imagine, and she said that there ain't no tickets down there like you could sit down. There's no seats down where you could sit right in the front. They're not for sale.
Yeah.
They're not those are exclusive.
Mm-mm.
That's how crazy it is. I was like, what? He said, yeah. I said, okay, don't I won't be going. That's why, like when the Super Bowl, they have people, outside the stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
be in it. That's why.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yep.
man, maybe just imagine it'd be thousands
Yep.
of people. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
listen, it was a pleasure. I definitely
Thank.
going to hit you up on the line. We'll do this again.
Yes, I loved
And
it. It was great
yes, I did
conversation.
too. Word, 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 word. All right. Well, I will talk to you soon, and I love you.
Love you too, babes.
All right, I love you. All right,
Bye.
bye bye. I guess I'm a little different too. So he basically not speak the negative. Yo, stop playing. He says, I still think. Yo, what's up, Cuzzo? I still think that that's just beyond because I hate my son playing sports. But of course, he wants NBA. He has to play. A better husband. Okay, I'm looking at everybody's comments. Okay, Cuzzo, what up? I see everybody comments. I didn't see it when I was on. I couldn't see it, but yeah, man, y'all see these jerseys up here? Stop playing me, man. 49 Nation, baby, all day, every day. That's how it's going down, man. We winning this year, man. Let's stop playing. We winning this. Yes, Cuzzo. Yeah, man. Listen. I hopefully that y'all checking me out more often. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll be doing it on Facebook. I'm gonna do it on Instagram too. This is my podcast. We talk about different things. You know what I'm saying? And just by try to help as much as I can. I get the word out. You know what I'm saying? Business wise, today wasn't about the business. It was about just talking, have a conversation with different people, and just trying to build. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build, get out there. Actually, this is public. I had to put my Facebook public, so it's not private anymore. I'm like, oh my goodness. But in order for me to stream it, I had to be public. You know what I'm saying? But it was great, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cause I'm getting up out of here. Y'all have a blessed one.